Yo, I know this is a bit of a more so like kind of different way that I do a podcast. Just wanted to, try something different instead of just me sitting down because like me standing up, I feel like I have more range of motion. I can like explain things a lot better because I feel like I don't explain things good enough when I'm sitting down. You know what I mean? So, uh, go and try something today. You know, it may not stick. It may not stick, but at the same time, though, it might stick. You never know. It just really depends on how I feel. I know we're in the middle of March Madness, and I'm uploading this between the TCU and Ohio State game and the Duke versus Siena game, the 16 versus 1 seed. Um, if you do want to know what my March Madness prediction is, I do have the Duke Blue Devils winning the whole tournament. You know, I think this is the time. I think this is the year that they get it done. I think they were really close to last year. I think they get it done this year though. I want to say though that Ohio State game, great. I mean, Ohio State coming down 15. Being able to really fight back that second half. Um, they played good. They really did good. TCU, they did really good too. I really hope for TCU that like this is I think they haven't won more than multiple games in the tournament before. I was watching the post game show before I started recording, and they mentioned that, so I think that's a really interesting thing. So I hope that they are able to get that done. So, with that being said, we gonna get into it, baby. Lakers versus Rockets. Now I already covered this match earlier, right? So this is for the season series, right? This is for the season series. Um, Rock the Lakers won, so now they're above the Rockets in the same, like, no matter what happens. Like, actually, I'm not even gonna say that because I'm not sure how it works, but I do know that they're over the Rockets in the standings right now, and they do have like the tiebreaker because like, this was like for the season series and everything, right? So I do know I do know they do have that going for them. Um, but I was watching Celtics and Warriors, so I wasn't able to catch the full game. But what I did catch was Lakers having a 12-point lead at half, and then really the Rockets in the third quarter, it was just like really all of them. I mean, they cut it down to four. Then they even took a lead late in the third. Um, and the fourth was just kind of like, it was like, okay, back and forth kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like both teams taking leads, and everything. Like Luka really turned it on late in the late in the fourth. And he even like he even hit a dagger. Right? He hit a step, bang. He hit a step back three. You know what I mean? Like I like it's like an unguardable move. I don't think I've seen anyone guard his step back three. Like I don't know why, but it seems like the most simplest moves in basketball be the most unguardable move. Cause hear me out, right? You got the Luka step back three, right? You know he's gonna do it. You know he's gonna do it, right? You send on. You could be sent on. Like, come on, do that step back three. And he's still getting over you. It's like the little fuck you three. You know you like, huh, huh, huh. You know he gonna do the little fuck you three. He go, huh, huh, huh. And he still hit that bitch. Hey, brother, you're sitting on it. You're sitting on it. Oh, he's gonna do it. Like, all right, come on, I'm ready. You jump, and he still hits it. And it's like, bro, what do you want me to do? Again, the KD has you pull up. You know he's gonna do it. Boom, still can't stop it, bro. It's like, bro, what do you want me to do? Jordan in the fadeaway. Jordan in the fade. Hey, Kareem the dream shit. You know he's gonna do it. He gonna hit you with that. He gonna hit you with that lateral movement. I mean, with lateral movement, he can't do nothing. Like, you know it's gonna happen, but you just can't stop it because he's just that good. You know what I mean? But he hit a step back three to basically seal the game. Like I said though, You know it's coming. You just can't. It's just like there's nothing you can do about it. So, Lakers get their big win. Lakers are on a 7-game win streak now, and it's like, hold on, because like I've been thinking, okay, the Lakers ain't been that good for a whole time. What are the Lakers in the standings? Where are the Lakers in the standings? Because like this is a good question. Where are the Lakers in the standings right now? No, I don't want to look at Jaylen Brown's 40-point game. All right. Where is the Lakers in the standings right now? They're number 3 in the standings right now, bro. They're number 3 in the standings. Like, whole time I'm thinking, oh, Lakers aren't even that good. Whole time, they're number 3 in the standings, bro. Like, what is this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of crazy to me that they're number 3 in the standings. And it's like, huh. Anyways, we move on. We got Celtics and Warriors. I mean, it was somewhat close in the third. You know, I really don't want to talk about it, but I mean, obviously, we knew that the Celtics were gonna win this game. I mean, Celtics are the much better team on paper. I mean, I don't think anyone would have been surprised if the Celtics won because we all knew that was gonna happen. This is now the Warriors are the 10th seed. Looks like and then the thing of Curry not coming back, like we don't know what's going. We don't know what's going on with Curry. Like he's going to be out for 10 more games. He's coming back for the rest of the season. Curry says he's coming back. Curry says he's coming back, but like, okay, is he though? And it's like we're in the state of limbo right now for the Warriors. They did have a chance to win the game. They did have a chance. In the third, it was like coming out of half, right off 6 straight, got the lead down to 7. So things were looking good. They were looking like they were okay. Okay, we might have a game on our hand. And then they battled off 7 straight. No, they battled 6 straight. Then the Celtics kind of with their own 6-0 run. And then brought the lead back up to 13, and it really kind of wasn't close from there. So the Celtics really just sniffed out any chances of the Warriors coming back, which I mean that's what a good team does. Like when a team is making a push, good teams will find a way to snuff out that and go on a run of their own to build their lead back up, and that's what the Celtics did. Going in, I knew that the Warriors, their best chances of actually winning the game is to slow down, is to try and slow down Jaylen Brown, try to slow down Jason Tatum. They didn't do neither. They didn't do either one. So, yeah. Moving on to Nuggets versus 76ers. If I'm a 76ers fan, man, pray this up to y'all. The 76ers are going through it, man. I mean, my goodness, man. Yeah, the 76ers are going through it right now, man. If you a 76ers fan, or a 76ers fan, pray for them right now, bro. Because it's tough out here, man. It's tough out here for them. You got Joel's out. What's his name? Maxi's out. PG's out. He wasn't doing that bad, And the only real guy you got is VJ, and they just can't. Yeah, it's getting to him, man. Like it's not even funny. It's genuinely not even funny. Like I've been waiting for this. They've been getting BTA, bro. They've been getting BTA like all the time, bro, and they got BTA'd again. They got BTA'd by the Nuggets, bro. Like, Nuggets came out swinging, bro. Them boys came out swinging. Didn't even give the 76ers a chance, man. Like, oof. Moving on, we have Bucks versus Cavs. Let me go put this back up real quick. We got Bucks versus Cavs, right? And I'll say this once. I think I've said it before. I'm really impressed with the Bucks. Like, you know, I didn't think that I would actually be impressed by the Bucks. You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking, okay, it's just, it's Giannis and a whole bunch of LA Fitness niggas. Yeah, that's literally what I was thinking. This is my literal thoughts when I saw who the Bucks were trying out there for a starting lineup. I'm like, bro, it's just Giannis and a whole bunch of LA Fitness niggas, right? But I'm wrong. It's not just a whole bunch of LA Fitness niggas. They actually got some badges. You know what I mean? They not 60 overalls. You know what I mean? They're like a 75 overall. You know? Let me stop showing. That's actually really disrespectful. Ryan Reynolds is a baller. Ryan Reynolds is really, I really like his game. Really been impressed with what Ryan Reynolds has done. And I've been really impressed with Kevin Porter. Kevin Porter Jr., I think. I know it's a Porter, okay? Look, I know it's a Porter. I don't know if it's Kevin Porter Jr. or no, that's for Phoenix. Is it Kevin? Let me look on my brother. Hold on. Let me look at this, bro. Let me look at this real quick. Because I'm not finna be looking stupid on my own podcast. Let me not look stupid on my own podcast, bro. Is it Kevin Porter? Yeah, it is Kevin Porter Jr. Okay. See, I knew I wasn't tripping. Taurean Prince is on this team? Man, you could have fooled me. Anyways, I've been really impressed with Kevin Porter Jr. Let me talk now. We actually talk about the game now. So, like, I really thought that the Cavs were gonna run away with this game because they had a double digit lead late in the lead for the beginning of the second, right? But the Bucks, they came back, brought it down to within 2, and then even had a late second quarter lead, and even went into half with a 1-point lead. And they really held it throughout the third and a little bit of the fourth, but the fourth is when the Cavs really took control of the game because they had a late 7-point lead and they held it all the way through. So, like I said, even though the Bucks didn't win the game, I'm still very impressed with them. Every time I see them go up against a team that theoretically, if you look on paper, theoretically they should get blown out the water. They're always in the game. They're always fighting. They're always staying within it. They might be out for a minute, but boom, they come right back. And now it's a single digit game. It's this team is actually this team's actually really good. Yes, the stats, not the stats, but the record don't say that. But when you actually look at the team, you look at the fight that the team has, look at the fight that they're playing with, you can see that, okay, it's some of these games, I'm thinking matches, I'm thinking of WWE, but if some of these games just go differently, then, you're not looking at that bad of a roster. You're not looking at that bad of a record, honestly. And yes, you can say that about every team, but that's just how the NBA is. But yeah. But I really think this, for the Cavs though, this was really a trap game. Because you can say this about a lot of lower level teams, but you look at the teams, you're like, okay, we're gonna steamroll them, and then that's when they get you. They catch you with that trap game stuff. You know what I mean? So this is a very good win for the Cavs. Didn't get caught in the trap game, so you never want to do that. Yeah. Oh, Rockets and Lakers again. Actually, we didn't cover it in the last game, but we will cover it now. We have Rockets and Lakers. This was just a really really close game the whole way through, right? Um, until until the late fourth quarter. You know what I mean? Like with minutes ago, it was like a one score game, right? I remember it was like a one score game, and then the Rockets turned over the ball a good like 2 or 3 times, and the Lakers kind of capitalized on that. So wow, it looks like the Lakers won by 8. Like that lead really came later in the game when when um because of those turnovers. So maybe if those turnovers don't happen, maybe the Rockets actually win that game, and maybe the season series, and they might win the season series. Because who knows? Because then that third game that just happened wouldn't have mattered so much because the Rockets would already had a season series lead over the Lakers. So obviously, if things go differently, okay, well, if this happened or if this happened or hey, what if this happened? We can always look at the hypotheticals, but what did happen? You know, and the thing is, what happened is the Rockets turned over the wall over late. The Lakers won. I'm not saying you gotta agree with it, but I'm not saying you gotta like it. But that's just what happened, and it's like sometimes we dwell too much on hypotheticals, especially in cases that, yeah, I get it, but like what actually happened? You know what I mean? Sometimes we dwell too much on hypotheticals instead of dwelling on the facts. So, and the facts is the Rockets, they sold in the game. Lakers took advantage. They won. That's what happens. Moving on. We have Hawks versus Magic. Nickeil Alexander Walker. Now you may ask who that is. Nah. If you watch my podcast, you probably know who Nickeil Alexander Walker is, right? But for those of y'all who don't know, he went to Virginia Tech. He's his cousin, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, former defending MVP, right? But Nickeil, my boy, he had 40. He had 40, brother. I mean, I knew Nickeil was a hooper, right? I didn't really watch him in Virginia Tech because at that time I wasn't really tapped in to college basketball like I am now. Now, if he came out today, now you know what I mean, I would have been more tapped in. But he came out in a time where I wasn't tapped in to college basketball, so I didn't get to watch him at Virginia Tech. But what I've seen from him in the NBA, if he was any of what he is in the NBA that he was in college, which I'm sure he was, that boy a baller. That brother is a baller, my guy. Like, you know what I mean? And it's not like it was just him too. Like, everyone on that team was eating, bro. Like that Hawks team, it's like I've seen a lot of people talk about it, but like how they've won 10 games in a row, right? And it's like the longest win streak since the 2014-2015 season. And that's what that team reminds me of. This Atlanta Hawks team reminds me of that 2014 and 2015 team, where 4 out of the 5 were all-stars or something like that. Like, it reminds me of that team. And because they're just that good, you know what I mean? So, very happy for them. Very good for them. Magic, it was bad for y'all, man. Like, y'all didn't really stand a chance. I mean, after the first quarter was over, after the second quarter was over, after the first quarter, I would say, the lead, I see, no, it's more of this, after the second quarter, the lead just got bigger and 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 bigger. Why do I feel like I'm saying? I feel like it's weird, but the lead just got bigger and bigger. The more the game went on, and obviously that's how things sometimes work. You know what I mean? So, but if you're a Magic fan, y'all just gotta shake that off, man. I mean, obviously it's a crazy thing to say, but things like that, it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? You're gonna take losses. So it's all about how you come back. So yeah. Now, moving on to baseball. We moving on to baseball. Baseball. We got the Dominican Republic versus the USA. I don't know, I spoke like that, right? But Dominicans had a lead for like a hot second, right? On the second to the fourth, they had a 1-0 lead. Then Gunnar Henderson hit a bomb solo shot, bomb to tie the game in the fourth, boy. And I'm not a big baseball fan, big boy. You know, I'm not a big baseball fan, but I've been trying. You know what I mean? And you know, for me, I don't know what I like in baseball. I don't know whether I like it more to lean towards a more offensive, like a high scoring game, or if I want like a pitcher's duel. You know what I mean? Like that's why like I see myself as like a kind of in between the middle. Like if it's a high scoring game, I'm gonna like it. If it's a low defensive scoring game, I'm gonna like it. You know, that's how I am with football and basketball. Like I kind of like it both ways. I kind of like both ends of the spectrum. Like I like it. I like it when it's a high scoring game. I like it when it's a low scoring game. The thing for me is that is it a good game nonetheless? Like, you know, like that's just what it is for me. And for baseball, I feel like you get more of that. You get more of those like close games than you do in other sports. And that's what I saw. Like, you know, there was only 3 runs scored, but it was some great pitching, you know. I just said it from we was I'm in for class. But, you know, we saw some great pitching, some great plays. I mean, this dude, Julio Rodriguez, right? Julio Rodriguez from the Mariners, I think, right? Homeboy, and just sent that thing. I don't know, but he sent that thing, boom, straight. Went hard, boy. I'm thinking, oh, that's gone. 3-run shot, right? This nigga gonna look. He gonna hawk it down, right? He looking at he hawking it down. He went, huh, and snatched that jump. And Judge was like, oh, I'm like, yo, what? Like, that was crazy, bro. Like, I mean, he hawked that thing down. Boom, snagged it out of, he robbed this man. He robbed him like he caught him like he stole something, man. Like, yo, it was crazy. But, you know, in the end, you know what I mean? In the end, the USA won. Big USA won, baby. Let me put this on the charger real quick. Let me. All right. Yeah. We just gonna run with it. My fault, y'all. My phone, my iPad's on like 10% right now. So I'm gonna, if I like hurry through this real quick, you know what I mean? They're not gonna harm me. Shut up. I know it's on 10%, y'all. I know it's on 10%. Let me get through this real quick. Now, this shit about to die. Anyway, we got Duke versus Virginia. Let me hear this up before we leave. Before this thing, you know, fuck it, dies. We have Duke versus Virginia. Both we're back and forth. Really great game. I was really impressed by Virginia. You know, they played really well. I knew that I really thought that Duke was gonna like. I ain't never seen Virginia play, so for my first experience with Virginia, I was very impressed with them. I really liked it. They did great, but Duke, you know, obviously being the better team, they, you know, not, I'm saying they obviously won, but, you know, being the better team, you know, having the better players, I mean, that really helps a lot. And I think it was Caden Boozer who had like a really great game today. Not today, but that game. So, and we had Timberwolves and Warriors, right? See, like, I'm gonna say this, right? In the second, right, I thought, okay, this is gonna be a blowout. And at half, it was a 21-point lead, right? But the third, it got a little bit better. Like the Warriors were chipping away. They got the lead down to 14 after three. And I was like, okay, if this gets any worse after half, I'm like, okay, it's over, right? But after leading as much of after leading by as much as 25, the Warriors were able to get them the lead down to 14 after three. The lead even got down to 10, right? And then the Warriors, not the Warriors, but the Wolves were able to get it back up to 15. But then the Warriors brought it back down to 10, right? So I'm thinking, okay, they're going kind of like hover around that 10 to 15 area. But nah, the Warriors were able to get down to double digits, able to get down to single digits, and it was 108, 109, 102, right? But, like I said, like all good teams, they gonna find a way to snuff out that comeback, right? No matter what, the Wolves always had a little like comeback in them in order to prepare, to like kind of counteract the Warriors run. And the Wolves brought it back up to 12, and they had a double digit lead, winning 127-117. Like I said, all the good teams, those really good teams, those really those really elite teams in the NBA, they gonna find a way to, when a team is making a comeback, they gonna find a way to counteract that and go on their own run to like basically nullify the effects of the other team's run. And that's what the Timberwolves did. That's what great teams do. Right? We have Mavs versus Cavs. Mavs and Cavs. I don't know how many. I feel like I've done this game before. Like, I know I've done a lot of these games, right? But like every game is different. Cavs get to a 19-point lead. Mavs brought it right back down to 7, but the Cavs brought it right back up to double digits. Cavs were leading 67-50 at half, and it was just kind of like, after half, it was just kind of like, I didn't really put too much in it because like there was nothing really to talk about. Like after half, it was just like all Cavs, right? Cavs win 138-105. That's just like I feel bad. Like I feel bad for Mavs fans because like it's just really unfortunate how their team is. Like you have all these injuries. You had all these injuries. You have Kyrie injured. You had Anthony Davis injured, and you're trading Anthony Davis away for Chris Middleton. You got all these old guys that like are taking away time from your younger guys, and I feel like y'all should really stop focusing on the older guys. You know what I mean? Like y'all are a young team, and it's like they run, they get out, they do all that stuff, and it's like that's good and all, but like y'all are wasting your young guys by signing all these older guys. And I get it, you're trying to get the veteran experience on your team, but like to a certain extent, you gotta, I don't know. But I will say though, I think next year, the Mavs, y'all can quote me on this, right? Y'all can quote me on this, right? The Mavs next year are gonna be in the playoff conversation or a playoff team. Y'all can quote me on that. I'm telling you right now, right? I'm making a prediction that the Mavs will either be a playoff team or a play-in team. I'm calling it right now. That's what's going to happen. I see Cooper Flag making a big jump. I see Najee Marshall making a big jump. I see Ryan Nembhard. I see him making a big jump. You're gonna get Kyrie back. You're gonna get all these pieces. They're gonna get better next season, and I see them making a big jump. So yeah. This is me trying something else out, instead of just me sitting down in my bed and recording. This is me being more active, being able to demonstrate things more. And I feel like that with who I am, I'm able to articulate my words But also at the same time, though, for those, like sometimes I have a hard time articulating what I want to say. So me getting up, being active, being able to demonstrate what happened with my actions will be to the beneficiary of this. So until next time, peace.